Right, we're back for round 3. It's China, it's Shanghai, and I'm Psycho Enigma. We got pipped on qualifying due to a mistake on the last lap, taking a corner just too tight, hitting a bollard. I think we could have got 16th off Hulkenberg, but it doesn't matter. Now looking at the weather forecast, 52% rain, and it looks like it's going to be light rain. So that means we're going to start on options. We are going to eke out as much as possible. We're also going to overly fill the car. Which might sound a bit silly in this retrospect, but I think, you know, we're going to need it for the higher fuel mix to begin with, you know, in the race. Get a few positions up nice and high. So that'll be good. We've got, like, the gearbox. Let me go into the menu. The gearbox here was set up more for the race because, you know, in qualifying I was very much hitting the rev limiter, and I think that'll be okay in the race. We're not going to run that risk, especially if rain does come and if, you know, DRS gets disabled. But I'm fairly confident we're going to be able to get a few position gains, hopefully hit our objective, which is 15th. If we can get some points, that will be great. I know I say that every time, but, you know, I'm looking to just get a few points every race and try and build up just some points. I want to finish sort of somewhere in the championship, sort of around 13th maybe. That'll be nice, just somewhere. I want to beat my teammate. Everyone ideally wants to beat their teammate. So we got Hulkenberg to our right, we got Kamui just over there behind us, and we're going to follow the usual strategy of a rich mix, curves straight off the line. We'll out-drag Hulkenberg, which is really nice. Everyone getting up to the first corner, and this is not the position gainer that, like, it is in the first two tracks. It is this shuffle up here, and we've managed to get across quite nicely. Alright, so we've got a few positions. We're up into 8th, and Maldonado going quite slow. So is Alonso. Into the braking zone. We might get Fernando here. Just avoiding the back of Raikkonen. But yes, we have got past Fernando Alonso. And I think Maldonado got him as well. So we're up into 6th. So that is a total gain of... God, I don't even know how many places we gained there. Where did we start? We started 17th, so we got 11 places in the opening first sector. Well, really, first sector and a corner. But that's a good start, and, you know, I've made good starts in the past, and I've screwed up. So I'm going to try to avoid that this race. You know, I screwed up due to my own mistakes. I, like, got a drive-through in Malaysia, and in Australia, I just overly downforced the car. Maldonado's having a look. There's no way he's coming through. Like, the hairpin is somewhere we're going to have to watch out for. That's going to be a prime DRS zone. Everyone else scampering off into the distance already. But I'm fairly confident we can hold this position down.
Radar suggests light rain in around 15 minutes.
Okay, so light rain in 15 minutes. That's just before the end of the race, so we need to drag out these options as long as possible, and then, you know, hopefully the light rain, it'll come just at the end. Oh wow, we've gone really wide. Oh wow, jeez. But luckily the field had backed up quite a lot. In fact, the field backed up ridiculously back there, so we got a, like, that was a get out of jail free card for us. We appear competitive in the first sector, and for the rest of the lap we are not doing that well, but I think it's a matter of holding station here in 6th until the rain comes, and then, you know, seeing if there are any gambles that need to be taken. And I am struggling like hell with that corner. You know, I struggled with it in R&D, I struggled with it in qualifying. I can't get the right line for it at all. And I'm busy focusing on the arrow pointing out where Maldonado is. I almost outbraked myself. Let's get a better run off this corner, so we don't have to worry about a Maldonado slipstream attempt. Now, he's nowhere near as close as he was last time. Bring that up. Three laps of fuel in the rich mix. So, you know, we've got plus 3 laps. I don't think I'll need to keep a reserve for the rain. You know, I'm not good in rain, so I won't keep a reserve. I'll try and save fuel in the rain.
The race officials have enabled DRS.
But yeah, now DRS is enabled, so that's one danger we've now got. That long straight, and you get DRS for a lot of that straight, so that's one problem, and we have taken that corner far too tight. And getting a bit snaky on the exit, that's never good. So yeah, this lap will be interesting to defend a DRS-enabled Minardo. I was gonna say Maldonado, but then I combine it with Minardi, and then it's like that's not right at all. So yeah, DRS assisted past the Maldonado. Going to be making a lunge probably at us. Managing to keep the car somewhat close to the apex. Maldonado's got a decent run on us though, but we'll make it so he has to go to the outside. And then we'll of course outbrake ourselves. Not massively, but you know, it's one of those things that definitely in an ideal world did not go right. Right, so Maldonado's going to have the DRS. And look, there's the DRS activation point. And just watch this Williams just... he's not steaming up behind us as much as I thought he would be. So, no, that's a good sign. I'm actually relatively pleased with that. Let's wear off some of the fuel.
Looks like Maldonado will be pitted.
Button in the lead doing 138.4s. We're here in 6th doing 141.0s, man. That is not a good sign. Then again, Button's scampering away. Look, I think that's Button gone off in the lead. I'm not sure who's in second. He is holding the pack up. Then again, if we're going to talk about holding the pack up, let's not bring my name into the conversation because, you know, I appear to be holding these guys up. Someone's dropped out of the race. Not quite sure who. Maldonado 1.8 behind. I don't know why, but every lap or so, they're just really slow in the first sector, and it gives me a breather, which is nice because, like, I am not fast through these next few sectors in this Toro Rosso. I've got so much understeer. Look, and as you see, that 1.8 seconds has just disappeared. Maldonado's all over the rear of the car again.
You've got a slight lead over Maldonado.
Oh, we've gone wide, that's not good. He's now going to be in full DRS zone. This is not looking good. I've used up all my curves, I can't defend. But then again, the gap's quite big, so... I'd say we're alright. Yeah, we're good. We're not under any huge pressure. I mean, if I could actually get my corners right and not outbrake myself. But we're not under huge pressure at the moment. I mean, there's a little bit, don't get me wrong.
In 10 minutes, light rain.
Light rain in 10 minutes, and that arrow's getting very wide. Maldonado thinking about it. And it's going to bring me to that point of the Australian Grand Prix, for those of you that saw it, where Maldonado went around the outside of me in turn 1. And then, like, I didn't give him enough room. I should have given him the space, but then he was right in my path, and yeah, I spun him out and got a penalty. Didn't mean to, in the slightest. But yeah, that wasn't a good moment.
There's not much between you and the car behind, just 2 seconds.
We're running out of laps of fuel. Stick it into standard for a little while, just to see what happens in regards to this rain. I would say it might have been smart to go primes and then see what happened with the rain, but then again we would have been a lot slower if we had done that. Oh no, we've made an error, Can we block Maldonado? No, we can't.
Okay, we lost that position. Put some pressure on him and try to get it back.
That was not good, and now we're being... And we haven't even got DRS, and Alonso does. Maldonado's got it as well. And we can't get Maldonado at the end of the straight, so We took too much curb, and we've paid for it there. Maldonado is going to scamper off into the distance now, while I'm struggling back here in 7th.
The car ahead is running standard.
And that's what I've tried to avoid, you know, tried to avoid making silly mistakes like that. Maldonado looks pretty slow in the first sector, actually. I think with enough curves here, we could get an opportunity. Can we get enough curves on drive on the way out? This is looking tight. Don't try this at home. Oh, Maldonado. Look, you can just see that's the section I'm telling you about where I'm losing a lot of time. If I can keep it close to him through here. Like, yeah, look, there are a couple of sections where I'm losing so much time, and that's one of them. Look at that distance he's just pulled out. Not even DRS is going to be enough to save me here, and Alonso! Alonso's down the insider, mate. Case of who's later on the brakes, I am. And that's corner cutting. I'll admit that was not good. And I think Maldonado's going into the pits now. Yes, so okay.
In first place.
That's interesting. And a lot of the leaders appear to have pitted as well. So
Cars in the pits right now. Watch out.
oh, here, there's a McLaren. Was that Button? I think that's Button because it says Hamilton there is in the lead.
We're really competitive, well above where we expected to be.
So we're up into 3rd place for the 2nd race in a row. Everyone piling into the pits. What's out to all the tyre wear's not looking brilliant.
The car behind is on the harder tyre, so he's meant to be slower. We're going to need you to build a gap if you can.
You used a very key word there, Mr. Engineer, and that's meant to be slower. You know. But he's not going to be. And there's a gaggle of cars there. That's the big train of cars that I was holding up. I think it might be worth going for the harder tyre now, instead of holding everyone up. You know, because if they get like a couple of laps not stuck behind me where they're faster, then they're going to overtake me. It's simple as. And look, so I'm 6/10 down on my previous lap. So let's come out of this corner nice and fast, curves assisted, and let's hope and pray that we still got a good racing position, because that gaggle is now like it's not bunched up anymore, so that means that obviously the faster cars are pulling ahead. We'll see where we filter back out.
Looking at the radar, it looks like we might have light rain in about 5 minutes.
And of course I've botched it terribly coming into the pits. Too hot. Will that be effective, or will that be crucial? Let's see. Yeah, everyone now. Lots of people coming in. Gonna fit the primes. Come on, we need a quick pit. We need a quick pit. We need it. We need it. We need it. We need it. 4.2. That's not bad. But Maldonado's gone through.
To drive over the white line when coming out of the pit, so you'll get a penalty.
Maldonado got through, but we're ahead of Alonso.
More scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
So we have held track position.
He's trying to create a gap. He's running full revs, maximum power.
This is what we wanted. That's why I went in that lap, because otherwise we would have lost track position. That's exactly what we don't want to do. So we're all on the same tyre again. And of course we were doing similar speeds when I was on options as today we're on options. So logic dictates that if we're both on prime, we should be the same. I guarantee we won't, and I've made him back end stepped out. I did not mean to make it look like I was cutting Alonso off there, but that's probably what it looked like to you guys. I'm not confident on these primes at all. Temperature's right down. Alonso's going to get a good run on me here. A very good run on me. I need to try and block him off. I doubt I've got enough in the tank. Here comes Alonso. I'm going to make him go down the outside. And yes, that is one successful defensive position for this lap. But we have got a lot of laps left. And a lot of corners left to make mistakes on. Don't forget that. That's what's cost us so far, but if I can maintain this 7th place, and look, Alonso dropping back, so I don't know what it is with the AI, but sometimes in that first sector they're just not as quick through it as I am. You know, whether that's because they're trying to take me and I'm taking a line where it's slowing them down, I don't know, but I'll take it. I'll definitely take it. I can't explain why it is, but
we need to keep it clean so he doesn't get a chance to overtake.
I know, we do need to keep it clean. You know, we need to keep this car on the racing line. We need to make sure we're not making any foolish mistakes and losing too much time where I know I'm slower. Like here, these two corners, I know I'm just slower. Nothing I can do about it. Well, there probably is. If I figured out what the quickest line is to take for them, then I probably could. But not being too aggressive over the curbs, that's cost me loads of times before. And on curves, on the curves. Actually, Alonso's closer this time. Alonso's extremely close. I think we might have just defended it though. Bit of curves just at the end of the straight. And Alonso found himself defending from Perez, and Perez has got him. That's a great move by Sergio. Expect Alonso and Perez to be trading places all over the track in the F1 season of 2013. Really looking forward to Sergio Perez in that McLaren seat. Okay, so the rain should be appearing in like a lap or so time. So there will be 4 laps left at the end of this one. And that will be the point to gauge whether we need to pit or not. And this could be the make or break situation for us. Because it will either be, you know, there are 3 options. There are all, like, these 3 options always take place when you pit in Formula 1.
Right behind.
You'll either gain places, lose places, or, you know, stay exactly where you are. Now, I would love to gain places, but I think the gap to Maldonado is too much, so we can eliminate that one. And I think what's worse is the fact that the AI are much better, on this game at least, of telling when the right time to pit is. I suck at it, to be perfectly honest with you. Perez is all over my rear wing.
It's starting to rain. It's just light at the moment, but if it worsens...
Okay, and it's starting to rain, so we need to find out what sector it's starting to rain in. And Sergio Perez is coming past. No, he's not. I've got it. I've got it. Alonso, though. Alonso and Perez. Alonso's down there outside. Can we defend it? We've defended this time, but Alonso is back past Sergio Perez. Yeah, thanks to the localised weather on this Formula 1 game,
He's trying to close the gap.
we have no idea where the bad weather is, but we're going to go up to Rich Mix then. Because I completely forgot we had fuel available. Where is it raining? Because it's not in the 3rd sector. It's not in this 1st sector. Bound to be in the middle sector, right where I'm not good, isn't it? Oh no, here it is. Yeah, it's middle sector. Just a few spits of rain. Ideally, we're going to want to stay on dry tyres and not have to pit, but we shall see as these laps unfold. This is a crucial point in the race. Alonso is all over us. Maldonado's easily getting away. Hopefully now I'm on the rich mix, I'll be able to defend easier from Alonso, but he's a lot closer this time around. I think Alonso had dropped back enough from that move across the track. Oh, slightly outbraked. We've gone in a little bit deep. Not deep enough for Alonso to try and overtake us though. Gone it a bit wide. Alonso gonna look. No, there's no way he can get us on the outside there. Maldonado's all on his own there. 3 laps to go and the rain has started to come down in the first sector. I think there's enough grip at the moment, but it depends if that changes, because ideally, you know, as it probably makes a lot of sense to you, the tyre you want to be on, if there's a little bit of rain and moisture, like this, is the option if you're still on dry tyres. You know, this is primes on what's going to be a very greasy track. I don't know. This is starting to get nail biting. I hope you guys are finding this as tense as I am. You know, I'm going to watch this back and just think, what the hell was I thinking? Alonso's right there. The good thing is though that with the rain, when it starts to come down like this, it does affect AI performance as well. You know, they're not super AI. And Alonso, he's got the DRS, and he had a look. He had one little look and he went to the wrong side of the track. You know, the last thing we're going to want to do at this point is brake too late. We're going to want to shut the door on here every time. And I think that was Grosjean taking Perez back there. Right, there's 2 laps to go. This is getting very tense now. Oh, there's a bit of a slide there. We've got marbles on the tyres.
You've picked up some marbles. Expect reduced grip until you can wear them off. Stay on the racing line.
That was very wide, very slippery here. Rear of the car not feeling stable at all in these conditions. If I can keep Alonso behind me, I will be impressed. I'm losing 2 seconds a sec. That's past the Maldonado. I've gone in deep and Alonso's bound to have gone through. No, he hasn't. No, but there it is. There's the back end stepping out. But there's been an incident. There's been a crash by the looks of things. I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do. I'm going to stick it out for another lap, I think. Grosjean, Alonso are in my... Like, this is 9th place. This is 2 championship points. They both continue on. I'm going with them. I'm continuing on for 1 more lap. We're going to have to all be so careful.
This is the last lap. If we take this guy, we gain some points.
It is literally tiptoe stuff. Look at how slow the AI are having to take the first corner. We could get Grosjean here. This is tippy-toe stuff. This is dangerous. Getting a lot of spray from the back of Grosjean's Renault, or his Lotus, sorry. On the brakes. Don't try and outbrake yourself like I just did. Grosjean back through. This This is insane. You know, in this speed, it doesn't matter what difficulty you're on. So we could have got 8th place back, but I'm not too fussed. You need to be oh so very careful on the brakes. Like, you have to brake well before the corner. Grosjean and Alonso are off. Hamilton wins the race. We're cursing down the straight. This could be a win. The tyres are starting to cool down. The brakes are starting to cool down. Don't want to outbrake myself at this chicane. Taking it like really painfully slow here. This could be... I don't want to jinx it. Let's get around this last corner. And to the line! Rich Mix! We're going to do it! We got 7th! Oh, that last lap was crazy. I can't believe we held on for 7th place. Absolutely thrashed Daniel Ricciardo. What a Grand Prix.
Your first points of the season, congrats.
Maldonado did really well catching up and passing Kimi. You know, he almost got Button. I don't know what happened to Button in the end. And as for Alonso and Grosjean, I thought they were long gone ahead of me, but they... Don't know what happened, but they dropped it. And we got 7th. Oh, that was such a tough race. That was the concentration on that last lap. And we're up to 14th in the Drivers' Championship. We've overtaken Nico Rosberg and Daniel Ricciardo, and we're joint with Kamui Kobayashi. So that's good news. We got our first points of the season at last. And I think that they were well deserved in those conditions. That was treacherous. We were on for only 2 points, and then just as it came to one of the final corners, that long sweeping corner, we managed to get 2 overtakes. That was brilliant.